Hi, I'm Amber Antonelli with Awaken Your Soul Iboga Retreats in Costa Rica. I want to answer the question today, what is the difference between Iboga and Ayahuasca? Of course, this is through my own perceptual filter, but it tends to be a common shared assessment. Now, first I will say that they are both incredible master teachers and they complement one another very well. Ayahuasca is typically known as a feminine energy, and Iboga is typically known as a more masculine energy. Now, I will say about Iboga that for me, Iboga is more of a perfect androgynous blend of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, but it does have more of a clear, direct approach than Ayahuasca. And so a lot of people feel a masculine energy there. Now, they both have the intention of clearing and cleaning the gunk and the interference with our connection to our higher selves, the divine connection to one another, and really being able to live with more peace and freedom and grounding and equanimity and just trust in oneself and life as a whole. So in that, they're very, very similar. The route in which they get there is extremely different. So you, of course, would have to have your own experience because each medicine is going to work differently with every person. But there's some common threads that tend to be showing up for pretty much everyone. So Ayahuasca is a vine. And because she has a more feminine energy, there is this sense of indirectness that sometimes us women can communicate with, right? So we'll say one thing, but you have to kind of interpret and figure out what it means. She's also very cosmic and ethereal. So because it's a vine going up into the cosmos, healing on a very communal level. So if you're in a room with multiple people, from 5 up to 100 sometimes, there's a very collective healing process that's happening, and the energy can tend to flow around the room. And sometimes we're processing something for the mattress, the person on the mattress next to us. Also, for me at least, the intensity of the visuals and the physical experience. Now, this is not to say that Iboga cannot be intense in the physical experience, but the ayahuasca experience can be very, very disorienting. It's very easy to leave the body and sort of go somewhere else, which is not necessarily happening with Iboga. Iboga is a very grounded energy that is it's very individual. It's a root. So it's taking you down into the root of who you are, taking you into your ancestry, potentially into past lives, but it's actually really brilliant at showing you how you have become who you are in this life. And it'll show the most amazing thing. Sometimes it can show one event that happened, let's say when you were 5 years old, and this belief that you took on. And then it'll show you this domino effect in like a split second fashion of how that impacted your life. It's incredible. Ayahuasca is a heart opener. She's very loving and compassionate, also can be, kind of like a kick in the face, especially if you're an empath, which I am. And so I worked with her for years and years, processing other energies in the room and never knowing what was happening there. I've had many ayahuasca ceremonies that to this day, I still don't really understand. Now, I will definitely say that when I started working with her, I was not nearly as self-aware as I am now. So the way in which I work with her now is different than it used to be. But extremely chaotic sometimes. The visuals are very, very intense. But she lasts a much shorter time frame, 4 to 8 hours maybe. You often will sleep afterwards. You'll often have a good appetite. But it is, so back to the heart opening. It's a very communal experience. You can leave the sessions often feeling just an insane amount of love for yourself, acceptance and love for others. And it is known more as a heart medicine. Now, Iboga, because it takes us into the root of who we are, and it really helps us defrag the mind. We call it a mind medicine. So it's clearing the mind, it's assessing the limiting beliefs, it's moving all of the interference out of the hard drive, and really helping us see how our behaviors kind of stack together to create these constructs that are informing our lives. Now, if it's a mind medicine, it's clearing the mind. The beauty of clearing the mind is that a clear mind will actually help to open the heart. The sessions, of course, are longer. So a ceremony, maybe you take the medicine at 9 p.m. We don't come out of the ceremony until 6 a.m. the next day, and you're still somewhat in the medicine the following day. The peak times, are maybe anywhere from 2 to 4 to 6 hours, maybe, of like the intensity of the medicine. But it holds you down longer than ayahuasca. And the beauty of that is that you're really forced to be in the experience, because getting up and moving around and sort of operating as normal as you do more so with ayahuasca can really take you out of the process a lot more quickly, and thus maybe interrupt the ability to really absorb as many of the lessons. You can do dozens, if not hundreds, of ayahuasca ceremonies in a lifetime, over however many decades, or even some people just a few years. And we have a lot of people that say, I worked with ayahuasca, beautiful teacher, but I'm looking to go a little bit deeper. And Iboga will absolutely take you there. And you sometimes would need maybe only one ceremony. I mean, we've had people, we do 2 ceremonies in a week, but we've had some people that come and do only one and say, like, I got enough. That is enough for me to work with and enough for me to integrate for the next however long before I go in for another one. We highly recommend 2, and there's a reason for that. But my point is that less Iboga is needed to really, really get deep into who you are and to begin to really impact change in your life. Now, I know people that resonate more with ayahuasca and people that resonate more with Iboga. I love both of them, but for me, Iboga is definitely my medicine. And, working as a practitioner since 2016, just seeing the massive transformation over and over and over again that's possible with Iboga in just a very short time. Now, that does not by any means mean that one retreat, you're one and done. Going back out into the world, and this is the same with ayahuasca as well, you have to actually integrate what you're learning. So don't expect it to be done, when the ceremony's over, or, when the retreat is over. There's a lot to be done. When the rubber meets the road is really when you go back into your lives. And, we have other videos about integration, but you get a lot of power with Iboga. And I will say that it has this reputation of being really, really intense. And on one hand, that can be true. However, I think, the reputation is partially because it has been known in the detox and addiction community for ibogaine, because it blocks the opiate receptor. So it's used a lot for detox. We use it in a very holistic way, a very expanded holistic way. So it's none of that. But also because of the length of time that it lasts. For me personally, the experience under ayahuasca, the ceremony, and the direct experience under the medicine is far more intense than Iboga. And the integration with Iboga is deeper. So it's a little bit of both. I encourage you to read the article here and feel into what resonates for you, because not every medicine is for everyone. And certainly plant medicine is not for everyone in general, right? But the idea is that we learn to tune into our intuition and follow the call that we are receiving. Because I could sit here and tell you about Iboga all day long, but if you're not getting the call, if it's not touching your soul, then it's not for you, or at least not at this time. If you're feeling drawn to ayahuasca, then that's the medicine for you, at least in this time. So learning to tune into our own inner guidance system is really one of the actually most powerful lessons that we can learn on this journey. So thanks for watching. Read the article and let us know if you have any questions. Take care.